Well, I created a character like 9.5 years ago, and then I played for a couple days, lost a couple herons in wormhole space, and then I quit. And then I came back to Eve after like when the pandemic started, and started playing there. I was in a high sec alliance, and then I started working my way into Jita, and I actually became a Jita ganker, and I was trained by some of the finest in Eve. And that's how I made a lot of my ISK. Actually, was just tornado ganking haulers coming into Jita, and and then after a while, you just kind of get bored of things, and so I started doing a lot of Spectre fleets. And Matthew O'Hearn was the FC for some of these Mat Raiders fleets, which were Tau Wars or Osprey Navy issues, and we would go into frat space in these cheap little ships, and then just basically blap like billions of ISK worth of stuff over a couple hours. Just pretty incredible. So I um I joined those, and I look forward to them kind of like every week when he did them. So after a while, I was like, man, this guy's really good. Like I like flying with this guy, and so I ended up basically asking if I could join, and uh, and that's kind of all she wrote from there. So 788 days later. You know what? I think it's the underdog mentality. Like everyone's always trying to like push down on us, and we're just a small group, but we're a feisty group. We like to have fun, like to maximize our fun per hour. And you know what? Like it's kind of a fun position to be in because like we're not a big block. Like we're these little guys in a corner of null sec space that are just trying to live out our dreams of becoming space rich and blowing up ships. So you can't really get that anywhere else in Eve. I feel like I haven't found it yet, other than slow. I think it's really interesting because we've got a bunch of like we've grown quite a bit the last several months, and we've got a few corps now kind of within our realm, and it's really interesting just to see, like, even though we've got all these individual corps, it's like everyone comes together to kind of achieve a common purpose, which I find really interesting and really exciting. So it's neat to kind of be part of something, and I feel like everyone chips in and does their part to kind of make things happen here. I'd say some of the values just with around like contribution, like if you want to help, there's always something for you to do to help. I think everybody helps everybody to make things happen. Whether it's just, hey, I'm coming back from Jita. Like, does anyone need anything? I got some spare space. Everyone always does that, and it's a pretty helpful group. I would also say like just some of the values relating to our culture with like no toxicity, no drama. Like we're here to have fun. It's a friggin' video game. Like, let's go. Let's just like blow some ships up and have fun while we're doing it. I'd say probably the most memorable for me was, I believe this was in 2022. We got into Cloud Ring, into the northern pocket of Cloud Ring, and we started to, I think it was Triumvirate, it was kind of like leaving the space, and so all of their saw was up for grab. And so we just started like, let's just go take it, like, and let's just jump into it and started toasting things. And this was my first time ever in nullsec, and I've never been part of anything like that before. And so to learn it from like literally the ground up of trying to take space, defend it, and lose it was was for me one of the most exciting parts in my Eve career. And that spanned about, I think we spanned it about 2 months in Northern Cloud Ring, and we toasted Sov. We fought off Blob at the time, and put up structures, got to enjoy the space for a little bit, and then we got steamrolled out. But just the fight that everybody brought to try and defend what we took and had was pretty remarkable. And so that whole process for me was just an incredible learning experience, and I'm a better pilot in Eve for it. Well, I started as an F1 monkey, and I still enjoy doing that sometimes. But I feel like, you know what, I've been here for some time now. I've had some ebbs and flows with the corp, and now I just feel like we have a really good, strong foundation. And I want to give back, and I want to lend a hand to help the corp grow as much as possible and bring in the right people. So I've kind of graduated to like a recruiter role to help support that and talk with people and also help onboarding people. I think one of the biggest things that I have found in EVE is people come and go a lot. There's a lot of turnover in corps, and I think especially new people coming in, kind of giving them that warm welcome, giving them some of that more personal, undivided attention to get them up to speed, to bring them in and make sure they have everything they need to get started, I think is really important. I think the more we do that, the more we'll be able to keep people long term and really kind of develop our culture. So I feel really good about that. Well, I've been in Wormhole Corps and I've been in High Sec Corps, and I just think like one of the coolest things about Slow is that we're just like thirsty to fight people and like blow stuff up, and I really like that. As soon as something comes in, it's like, where is it? Let's go get it, you know, and everyone's willing to undock something to just go and have fun, right? And try and fight and experience the PvP atmosphere that we have here. And so I think being part of that is just, it makes you a stronger pilot at being able to have more fun in EVE, because at the end of the day, it's a PvP game. And so the more you can learn and the better you can become. And this is the place around Content Ring to be able to do that. There's probably three things. The first is I can make a lot of ISK out in this area, so I quite enjoy that. It gives me the ability to pay for my PvP ships and have a lot of fun. So it's a lot easier ISK than in High Sec or any other areas. So that'd be number one. Number two is, I don't know, I have this kind of like desire to help and the desire to give back and contribute to the group that's given me so much. And so I just kind of have that motivation to want to log in every day and hop on comms and chat with the guys. And, you know, that's been a lot of fun. And then three for me, kind of in this recruiter role, I've found a lot of joy in just like onboarding people and like, you know, chatting throughout the day, you know, on certain things or questions that people might have, and kind of getting them sorted out and kind of helping them get settled in the space. So that just kind of motivates me to kind of get online and be part of the culture and grow it.